Hello guys, this is MQR doing yet another video. So today on this video I am going to be talking about a fairly recent and kind of ongoing topic. It's been known as a lot of things, but I think the main name it's been known by is Elsagate. So basically what Elsagate is, and it's pretty complicated, so I'm probably going to spend a couple minutes here explaining it. So there are these weird videos on YouTube, basically these videos that feature kind of couple common topics. They're about, like, the characters in the video are like Elsa, the Joker, Spider-Man, and like the Hulk, mainly, like, and also like Jack Frost sometimes as well. So basically, like, so those are the characters, and their names are always in the title. However, like, what happens to them is that, like, what'll happen in the videos will, like, stab each other with syringes, or like get each other pregnant, or like fight each other. It's actually pretty specific. Generally it'll feature either pregnancy, childbirth, or syringes. And it specifically features those characters. It's not just like common, popular with kids characters. It's specifically those characters, which makes me think it's an organized effort somehow. That, or that's just common words on YouTube that get you a lot of views, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. So basically there are all these videos, yeah, featuring those characters, except, like, you know, and they're kind of targeted towards kids, and they get, as you can see here, millions of views off of, like, kids watching them because they have the words Elsa and Joker and Spider-Man in them. So because of that, like, whatever 5-year-old kids watch all the videos. However, what they aren't realizing is that, you know, the actual content of the videos isn't for those age groups. Really, it's actually kind of bad for them to be watching that. You know, they shouldn't be watching that. I'll get to that later. So, yep, so then it gets, like, because it has those words, and the kids don't really care about the actual content of the video. They'll just look at, like, the keywords for it. They'll watch the videos, and they get millions of views because of that. Like, I saw one video with, like, I'll actually show you the actual video later, I'll show you how many views it has. It has, like, 64 million views, I think. Or, like, 64, 65, somewhere between there. Anyway, so, yeah, so this is, kind of, I think it's kind of, the fault of YouTube. So, again, if you really think about this whole situation, I mean, the front, it's kind of funny, right? Because, I mean, it's just outright strange and weird. But also, it's, like, kind of, like, really, it's funny to talk about, but it is also kind of bad for, like little children to be watching, like, you know, there's, like, hundreds of these videos, so for, like, 5-year-olds or whatever to be watching hundreds of these videos, these types of themes, it's probably, like, not, I mean, really, could be potentially, I mean, not potentially, like, probably is actually psychologically damaging towards little children who watch it, and, yeah, so, like, you know, they watch, like, it's really getting exposed to lots of, like, you know, kids, you know, look up Elsa or, syringe or whatever they're into. And these videos have actually been around for a while. But they are now coming to the public light, actually. There's like, I know, for example, H3, he's a popular YouTuber. I've watched some of his videos. I've never been a big fan, but I've watched a significant amount of his videos. And he apparently, I haven't actually watched the actual video he made, but he's made a video talking about this. And it's, you know, getting more and more searches by, you know, people looking at the reality of these videos. And it's getting more and more comments. And here's what the weird thing is. The comments in this video are just random characters. And they're posted by these users with, like, what I think are randomly, you know, just randomly generated users with no thumbnails. Well, they just have basic names that look to be randomly generated, like Shabina Khan. You know, that's, so I'm pretty sure these bot accounts are basically posting random comments on these videos. Yeah, with like dozens of emojis, for example, here. No, I don't think this is a bot because it has a thumbnail, but, or it could be, you know, it's hard to know. Like, for example, like this guy here, or whatever. It's not a gendered thing, it's a bot. So this thing here posts just random characters, and that's to flood the comments because more and more people are commenting, exposing these videos, like this guy here. You know, I'm kind of answering this question in the video. Yeah, so it's really like strange. Okay, I'll show you a video here. Well, Elsa pregnant, and then they also have, yeah, so this video here has like 64, nearly 65 million views, which is a lot of views. And then, you know, people say here like, yeah, this shouldn't be for kids. I think that's definitely like right, what people are saying about this. You know, how like people are more and more like, it's being more and more exposed. And this video though has been around for like a year now, and just now, like, for example, you know, only a couple months ago it's getting exposed. Like, you know, it's a year, and then the newest comments are like 9 months ago, so it went 3 months just being unnoticed. And, you know, there are kind of some problems with this. Like, it is actually, like, imagine, like, these videos can be up to, here there's one that's an hour long. So imagine, like, just little kids getting exposed to this kind of stuff for an hour. It's, like, absolutely horrible for them. And, you know, I think, you know, YouTube, because, okay, I forgot to kind of talk about this. Recently, YouTube had this thing called the Adpocalypse. Now, I'm going to also explain that for people who don't know what that's about. Basically, YouTube deleted a whole bunch of, or not deleted, but demonetized a whole bunch of videos that talked about certain, or not really talked about, but referenced certain topics like terrorism or 9/11 or ISIS. Like, for example, like, if you had in your title on a video ISIS or terrorist or 9/11 or even Russia, your video would get deleted, or not deleted, demonetized. Your video would get demonetized. And then what would happen is your video, yeah, so just because it had the words ISIS or terrorist or, again, Russia in the title, not because the video actually talked about Russia or terrorism or ISIS. Like, for example, you know, if you created a, like a, I don't know, it might be, I'm pretty sure, like, if you had, you know, terrorist in your title at all, no matter the reason, like, even if you're like a CSGO player or something, you're talking about like terrorist like something from the terrorist or counter-terrorist teams. Then you had like you made a CS:GO video and you had terrorist in the title, it would still get demonetized, even though it had nothing to do with actual terrorism. On the other hand, if you like put a dot between ISIS, like had is.is, and still your entire video is talking about ISIS, and that video would not get demonetized. So they basically, to appease the advertisers, which I don't get how this would realistically appease them, it's just kind of more a publicity stunt than anything. Or to show that they care, like, I don't know, some type of virtue signal. I don't know what type of YouTube executive thought that this would work out. But, you know, just ban ones based on the title. And so then that just, like, caused it to, like, you know, so that actually removed a lot of what I'd consider good videos talking about current events on YouTube. So YouTube took action there, but so far, even after like a year, YouTube still hasn't taken action with these videos here that are clearly harmful to children. I mean, you know, there are millions of children getting exposed to this absolute traumatizing garbage, and YouTube is doing nothing about this. And, you know, I think, like, they really need, like, if there's anything that's ever really, like, YouTube's always talked about, you know, there's been times when, whatever, you know, they just really fought for big corporations with copyright and stuff, which, you know, didn't even matter because it wasn't actually copyrighted content, it was all fair use. But, so then what would happen is, you know, so they always, like, you know, really over-regulated the videos in terms of copyright, even other subjects. You know, they would delete a large amount of videos, you know, and they always, like, took action on things. Really, if they didn't take action on, no one would get hurt at all. But now when all these frozen Elsa Spider-Man syringe pregnancy videos get uploaded, they do nothing about them. They're just left up to who knows what type of psychological damage these things can cause. And I think that's probably out of the realm of what the CIA or whatever has experimented with. I mean, yeah, like these types of videos, like just being watched over and over, like willingly by 5-year-old kids. I mean, you know, some people actually think this is an experiment by the CIA. They're just like creating these videos to try and, or the government or whatever, some interest is trying to, like, whatever, indoctrinate kids through these types of videos. So they, like, I don't know, become more, I don't know, docile when the government just decides to enact authoritarian measures. I'm not quite sure what the big picture is of these videos. It's possible because YouTube doesn't demonetize these videos. They're still making a lot of money, like 64 million views. That's probably $100,000. I'm not sure exactly how that works out, but it's a lot. And then these videos have pretty high production value, so I'm sure they're making some good money off of this. Like, they have, like, these lamps. Those can't be cheap, right? I mean, like, as props, you know. Yeah, I think really the government needs to take action to remove these videos if YouTube won't. Of course, that's implying that the government isn't already doing this themselves, which is actually kind of not that big of a conspiracy theory, because they're just so, like, they just scream indoctrination. or demoralization. Yeah, so I think, I think that people should really start, telling, like, spreading the new, like, really exposing these types of videos. So, I mean, if you know about these videos and you know that a lot of people don't, which they don't, you need to, like, spread the word. I mean, like, maybe make videos of your own exposing these people, figure out what their intentions are. If you know anything more about this that I haven't covered, definitely put it in the comments, because I'm still not sure if these are just trolls. And I mean, even if they are trying to make money, I'm not sure why they have such, like, themes like syringes, and it's really hard to know. So, if you know about this kind of stuff, tell me more about it that I haven't covered. Definitely spread the word, like, publicize this kind of stuff that's going on. I know I haven't uploaded in a while, and this is kind of a strange topic to cover for my first upload in months, but I plan on actually uploading in the near future. Again, maybe, like, even within the week, but it's possible that might be a month. Anyway, thanks for watching through this entire video. I'm trying to aim through 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm not sure how long it's actually been. Probably a little more, based on my sense of time. Thanks for watching. I'll be uploading again soon, and bye.